Hi, I'm Ashley Jones, and I am a travel Instagram influencer. I have actually lived in Greenville my entire life. I was born here, so that's 32 years that I've lived here. Greenville is special to me because of the sense of community. Even though it is actually the 10th largest city in North Carolina, I believe, it still has that hometown, small town feel. And I actually joke with my friends a lot because when I talk about that I'm going to run errands or going into town, I always say I'm going into town, but it's like a city, but it still just feels small town and homey to me. So back in February of this year, I started my own business where I plan and host group trips for women. And a little backstory on how I kind of got into that is about 14 years ago, I was in a very toxic relationship where I went through some emotional and some physical abuse actually. And when I got out of that relationship, I just kind of felt lost and like I didn't know who I was, and I just knew that I didn't like the person I had become. So I really went on a self-discovery, self-love journey, and I've found travel through that, and it just made me so happy, and I felt like the spark in my life was back. And so I committed to traveling all the time because it's just what made me happy. And I had posted some photos on Instagram and on Facebook from my travels, and they kind of blew up a little bit, and I got a little bit of a following. And I had all these women asking me how do you do that? I would love to travel. And so that's where I came up with doing the group trips for women, started my own business, and it's kind of taken off. And so that's how I got into that, and I couldn't be happier. I have two favorites. I would say Turkey is my number one favorite country I've ever been to. The landscapes, the city, Istanbul is my favorite city in the world. It's so beautiful. And then Iceland is a close second. I mean, they're like neck and neck. Iceland just is beautiful. I just can't even describe. The landscapes there are just out of this world. So it's funny because when I go back and look at when I started my travel photos, they are nothing like they are now. So it's taken a lot of practice, but literally you don't have to have fancy equipment because a lot of times I just use my iPhone, but I use some really good presets that you just kind of layer over your photos to give them that feel like your own identity. So yeah, I just use good presets, and I just feel like I've gotten an eye for photography by looking at other travel photographers' photos, and I kind of see how they do, and I emulate that, try to. What inspires me? Well, traveling and just meeting people, seeing different cultures, races, food, just immersing myself in whatever country I'm in at the time, those things are inspiring to me. It's not a celebrity, it's not multimillionaires, it's just meeting good, kind people. And I feel like travel really shows you that there are way more kinder people in the world than there are bad people. So my biggest goal is just to be able to continue to do my business because this is very new for me, and I started it back in February. And then it's, travel industry has taken a hit during COVID. So just my biggest goal is to be able to continue to do this and to help other women travel the world, because a lot of people get nervous about travel, especially going by themselves, especially as women too. A lot of people don't know really how to plan or how to find their way around cities and stuff. So I basically take care of everything for everybody, and I go with them and act kind of as their tour guide. So just to be able to continue to take women on trips and for them to be able to experience travel and fall in love with it just like I did. So yeah, just to be successful in my business. So basically I market all of my trips on either Instagram or Facebook. I don't have a website yet, maybe that will come one day when I get bigger. So I package my trips as all-inclusive, and for right now I'm only doing women, but could I branch off and do a co-ed trip? Maybe one day, but for right now I'm just sticking to women because my audience is mainly women. But I package my trips as all-inclusive, so basically once you land wherever we're going, you are taken care of. You're picked up at the airport, your itinerary is set, your food is taken care of, your ground transportation, your hotel accommodation, all your activities, and I do everything with everyone. So I'm just kind of the ringleader of the group and take people around. I will help people take photos and all of that. But that's how the trips are packaged, and that's how you can find me, is on my Instagram or Facebook. So my superpower is that I am me and nobody can be me. We are all different and we're all unique, and I think that's really what makes us wonderful and what makes the world so interesting, is that everyone's different, has different personalities, has different dreams and aspirations, and I just think that honestly makes the world beautiful. And so my superpower is that I am me and nobody can be me. So I think, like I said earlier, that the travel industry really took a hit with COVID, and so it's funny, well, or not funny, but I started my business in February, and then kind of everything got crazy in March. And it really made me have to just keep pushing through and persevere and not give up, because there were some times where I was like, okay, is this a sign that I am not doing the right thing? But I just had to push through and take a risk and just keep going with it, and I think that everything's gonna work out the way it's supposed to. And so I think that COVID helped me with that, as far as just pushing through, seeing it through, and persevering. So the travel trivia question is, the average percentage of salt in the Atlantic Ocean is around 3.5%. What is the average percentage of salt in the Dead Sea? So if you get it right, you have a chance to win this t-shirt that I designed. It says "Straight Trippin'," and it's got a beautiful logo of the world and a passport and a peace sign. And yeah, thank you guys for watching and getting to know me. Ladies, if you are interested in going on a trip with me around the world, please follow me on Facebook or follow me on Instagram at Jones and for a Journey, and send me a message and I can get the info to you.